when a woman failed to fasten her seatbelt on a flight. She never imagined it would save her life. Just moments later, the plane began violently shaking. Suddenly, a massive hole was ripped open in the cabin. Passengers in front rows were instantly sucked out into the void. Because she wasn't buckled in, the woman was thrown from her seat. Her boyfriend desperately tried to hold on to her, but the plane's violent turbulence forced them apart. She frantically grabbed at anything within reach. As she stretched her hand toward her boyfriend, the cabin suddenly split apart, and he vanished before her eyes. The section of the plane containing the woman plummeted rapidly. Though she knew her chances of survival were slim, instead of giving up, she managed to fight her way back to her seat and firmly secure her seatbelt. The plane crashed into a forest, and against all odds, the woman survived. Unfortunately, her lower leg was severely injured, causing excruciating pain. Determined to live, she summoned her courage and pulled out the metal rod impaling her leg. She tore her skirt into strips and carefully bandaged her wound. Nearly unconscious from the pain, she faintly heard a sound overhead. A rescue helicopter was searching for survivors. Instantly filled with hope, she quickly untied the silk scarf from her neck. Despite her injuries, she stumbled out of the wreckage and found a clearing where she could be seen. She shouted desperately for help, but the pilot didn't spot her. Her voice grew hoarse as she watched the helicopter fly further away until it disappeared completely. Still unwilling to give up, she reasoned that if helicopters were searching above, ground teams must be combing the forest for the wreckage. She decided to return to the plane to wait for rescue, using a branch as a makeshift crutch. As she painfully made her way down the slope, she froze at the horrifying sight before her, a tiger inside the cabin, feeding on the bodies of the victims. Terrified, she tried to back away silently, but stepped on a branch. The snap immediately caught the tiger's attention, and it turned toward her. As the tiger approached, she knew running was futile. She stood perfectly still, expecting the worst. Just as she thought she would meet her end in the jaws of the tiger, the sound of a helicopter suddenly filled the air. The tiger, unaccustomed to such noise, was frightened by the thunderous roar and fled into the forest. Having narrowly escaped death once again, the woman finally allowed her tense nerves to relax.